Our bodies have evolved to survive. We have an incredible stress response that happens within the body when the mind perceives a threat. Adrenaline and cortisol rush through the body, and all of our vital resources are sent to the biceps to fight, or the quadriceps to run or flight. But these vital resources, and in Ayurveda we would call them prana and rasa and rakta, and it's blood, it's oxygen, it's the vital energy that we need to survive. When adrenaline and cortisol are shooting through the body because of this threat, they tell the digestive system and the reproductive system that they're not necessary right now. Digestion can wait. Procreation can wait. We're going to send all of the resources that would normally be in these places to the extremities to prepare to fight or flight. So we perceive a threat, adrenaline and cortisol rise, the threat ends, it disappears or whatever happens, adrenaline comes back down, but cortisol stays up. Cortisol stays up for 24 to 48 hours, and it acts as like this vigilant party who is just making sure that there's definitely no more threat, making sure there's no other reason to be in this sympathetic nervous state. But what this means is that our vital resources are still not coming back to our digestion and to our reproductive organs, because these two parts of the organ and tissue system of the body aren't necessary to survive in that immediate moment. So when cortisol remains high, anytime we have a moment of shock, of fear, of anxiety, more cortisol and adrenaline shoots through the body, and we end up being in this chronic state of stress. And so your digestion and your reproductive organs can wait a while. They can go without the blood and oxygen and vital energy for a time, but they can only wait for so long. So if you end up being in a chronic state of stress, sympathetic nervous state of fight, flight or freeze, these really integral organs and tissues in the body aren't going to be getting the nutrients and the resources they need to be really efficiently working. And over time, this looks like having these chronic gut health issues that won't be fixed by food. You can try an Ayurvedic diet, a paleo diet, a vegan diet. You can go functional medicine and take all of the supplements and still find that your digestive system isn't being fixed, because we're not getting to the root. When there is stress in the body, when the structure of our body and when the organs of our body are not in their optimal state, things don't function well. I really wanted to get this message out there, because I feel like we are a culture obsessed with food and the idea of food fixing things, and in some cases it does. Food is the most powerful medicine, and as an Ayurvedic coach I talk about this a lot. However, stress in the current life we live in, I'm seeing more and more, is really the root cause of our digestive health and our reproductive health issues. So coming back to this idea of adrenaline and cortisol, and the cortisol remaining up until that threat has truly gone, well, we are all in this constant state of listening in this vigilant way. We're listening for the noises of threat, whether it's the ping of our phone or an email, the ping of the door opening and someone coming into our house that maybe we're not in great relationship with. We've become heightened as human beings to be in this stressed state. And we can really start to see the effects of that now in our gut health. So I hope that gives you another view on stress and the importance of really regulating the nervous system and finding ways to bring ourselves out of this sympathetic state, so that we can bring more nourishment, so that the vital resources go back to these tissues and organs of the body so that they can be running optimally. Because in Ayurveda, your digestion is the root of all disease. Everything starts there. If we can't digest our food, we can't digest our life, we can't digest our experiences and our emotions. And how can we do that if we're constantly stressed, anxious, fearful? Anyway, with love.